Good afternoon. My name is Terrence Simon, and today I'll be presenting my speech, Structures and Processes in Memory Formation, with Professor Kevin Swears for Physiological Psychology. Today I'll be talking about several different areas. One is the hippocampus, the other is the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, as well as synaptic plasticity. As I dive into the hippocampus, I begin to think about certain memories that I've had over the course of my life, such as a thrilling amusement park or maybe a party that I've gone to. And I thought about how the different regions of my brain began to process this information, whether it processed it for a long-term memory or through short-term memory, and how intricate the process is itself. So imagine you arrive to a party, and from the very beginning, your hippocampus plays a very crucial role in the processing of this information. It begins to process the information in a way that it encodes the sequence of the events, who was present, the decorations, and the activities that you participate in itself. Throughout the event, it continually consolidates short-term memories into long-term memories. That's the hippocampus. The amygdala, however, on the other hand, plays a very crucial role in encoding emotional memories. The amygdala is important in classically conditioned emotional responses in aversive stimuli, such as a response to an electrical shock that produces a variety of behavioral or autonomic or hormonal responses, such as freezing, blood pressure, the secretion of adrenal stress hormones, and avoiding stimuli associated with the shock itself. While much of our understanding is based on the neural basis of conditioned emotional responses, it comes from research that happened with rodents in a model lab. This same general process can be found in many different applications, such as the electrical fencing or for livestock or pets. In these examples, a classically conditioned emotional response is established by pairing a neutral stimulus, such as the sight of a fence or flags placed around the perimeter of an area. So, with an aversive stimulus, such as a brief shock or surprising vibration delivered through a collar, such as an animal approaching a fence or boundary, that's kind of where the amygdala actually begins to process or help humans or animals respond. And a lot of this information can be found in my Physiological of Behavior 13th edition book on page 409. Now, the prefrontal cortex is primarily involved in memory and decision making. So the prefrontal cortex is busy throughout the event. It manages working memory, allowing us to hold on to details like the order of the event, or recalling names of new people, or the new people that we actually meet. Additionally, it helps in decision making, such as choosing what activities to participate in, or even what conversations to engage in. So remember, the prefrontal cortex involves primarily working memory and decision making. Now, synaptic plasticity, this is the strengthening and weakening of the connections between neurons, which underlie learning and memory formation. So, for example, in every interaction, conversation, and visual details, such as me being at a party, involves a synaptic change. The connections between neurons strengthens you as you remember the names, faces, and conversations. This synaptic plasticity underlies the learning and memory formation, and I reinforce that. The structures that interact throughout the neural networks forming and retrieving memories, for instance, is the hippocampus, how it interacts with the cortex to consolidate the memory, while the amygdala's involvement in enhancing emotionally significant memories, such as the cortical, sensory, subcortical processes, and the event influences. Memory formation involves both cortical which is the outer line of the brain, and the subcortical structures, and that just dives deeper into the brain. So we can also get into environmental influences such as experiences and stimuli, how they profoundly impact memory and learning. So for example, enriched environments with varied stimuli tend to promote better memory and learning compared to deprived environments. Neurological mediation of communication. Of course, communication occurs throughout transmission of the electrical chemicals, and this signals between neurons, or signals are moving between neurons. So these neurons communicate through a synapse using neurotransmitters facilitating the relay formation across the brain. So in different brain regions, they're actually specialized for various aspects of communication, including language and comprehension and motor responses. Sort of why I'm moving my hand right now so that I can close this out. As you can see, my brain is working constantly to get me through the speech. Thank you and have a great day.